Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my part 14 of the Second Impressions video series. As always, I will link that playlist and a whole bunch of my other playlists in the description box below, along with my Instagram, so you can catch up if you haven't already. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Some more fragrances that I hauled a while back that I now have second impressions for you guys, comparisons, all that good stuff. And yeah, there's actually 2 comparisons that I promised when I hauled these, so I've got that for you guys. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into it. So we're gonna start with the 2 Ariana Grande fragrances, and the first one is actually one of the comparisons. So that is Sweet Like Candy. The little pom-pom actually just fell off today, so I have to tie that back on. But basically, Sweet Like Candy was the one out of the 2 that I bought in this haul that I was pretty certain I wouldn't like, and I was right. I really took a risk with it. I think I had tried it in stores, so did I know I really wasn't into this fragrance? Yes. Was I lured into buying it anyways? Also yes. And that was really just because it was a tester bottle. It was so inexpensive. And I found it online, so I picked it up. And the comparison, the reason I don't like it, because it's not like a fragrance where it turns me off completely and I can't even stomach it. But the reason I don't like it is it smells very like quintessential celebrity fragrance, fruity, fruit punch type fragrance. And it smells identical to another fragrance I have that I feel the exact same way about, and that is Majesty by Nicki Minaj. I've talked before about how I don't like her fragrances. I've had 2 of them. This is the second one. And my least favorite of the 2. Pink Friday was a little better, but anyways. They're just very, very generic smelling. I think they smell very young, and if you were buying presents for someone who was like 10 to 12, it would be a different review. But like identical. They smell so similar, and especially when you let them rest for like 2 minutes. I just sprayed them right now, obviously, so I suppose like I can tell a little bit of a difference, but you let them rest for a minute or 2, absolutely identical. They're both very, very fruity. It's just not really my jam, honestly. It's not bad, but I knew it was going to be this way, and so I kind of now just have, what, 200 ml of the exact same fragrance that I don't wear a lot. It is a nice one to just spray on. The way I use up the fragrances I'm not into is just like on cushions, my couch, like bedspread, air freshener, whatever it may be. It's not super strong and suffocating with like incredible sillage where I feel like I can't overspray to use a lot of, so that's how I'm going to end up using that one, but not really wearing it on myself. A little bit better, however, is the, what is this one called? Moonlight, I think? Yeah, I think it's called Moonlight. So Moonlight by Ariana Grande. I will put the name again. I'm pretty sure that's what this one's called. And I liked this one a lot more. I feel like this is where she started. She was like on the path to making better fragrances. This is still kind of generic smelling, but it's a lot more interesting than Sweet Like Candy. This is like on its path to the clouds, the Thank You Next, even the Rem. Rem smells like Sprite or 7-Up to me, so it's not 100% my jam. I don't own it yet, but I've sampled it. But this is on its way, so I will wear this just kind of around the house and stuff. Then we get to a fragrance I absolutely love, and I knew I was going to love, so I won't spend a lot of time on, and that is Hypnotic Poison by Dior. I have the Eau de Toilette. Oh, stunning, absolutely stunning. I didn't blind buy this, so it was just really about a matter of when, not if, I would ever pick this up. And I have actually worn it's not a completely opaque bottle, so I can see through it, and I'm already down to here, which is a lot, because I find more so with the Eau de Toilette than the Eau de Parfum, you can kind of overspray this to oblivion, and it never gets to that like suffocating point, at least for me, but I'm a chronic oversprayer, so love that and have been wearing it super, super often ever since I picked it up. Then we get to a fragrance that I have just completely fallen in love with, and it took me way too long to get into this. When I talked about it first, a lot of you said it was like your high school scent or like your college scent, and it was really nostalgic for you guys, and it isn't for me because I would see it around growing up and I never ever bought it. So that's She by Armani, and wow, do I love this. I remembered what this reminds me of. This is a very clean and slightly unisex type fragrance. Some people said that it smells a little cologne-y. Whoops. It doesn't smell cologne-like to me, but it isn't super feminine. With a name like She, it could lend itself into you thinking it's going to be a very extremely feminine, super floral, even a little sexy, very ultra feminine scent, and it's not that. It's very clean, it's fresh, kind of unisex vibes. I think still feminine leaning, but because it's clean, it doesn't really lend itself to being ultra feminine in any way. And I love this fragrance, you guys. I'm a fan of clean fragrances, but this is a really beautiful take on one. And I feel like it has that 90s sensibility. It's not like a super ultra 90s fragrance, but it has that 90s sensibility of like the unisex clean vibe that Calvin Klein had. And I kind of get that vibes with this, but I remembered what it reminds me of. This smells like clean laundry, but not clean laundry in North America, Canada, the States, like not our laundry, Spanish laundry. And I know that is going to be like the most niche specific thing, but I swear to you guys, having lived in Spain and I have a lot of friends there, it just like everything smells better there. I just love Spain, but there is something about this that reminds me of like Spanish laundry detergent. It's more chic, it's European. I felt like their laundry had like their cleaning products in general, but definitely like their clean clothing smelled like more perfumey, as if it had a top heart and base to it. So totally love She. You can't really tell how much is left. Obviously it's opaque, you can't tell, but even bottle wise, I feel like I have no idea how much I've used or sprayed of this, but this is a really, really beautiful one. So I've been loving She by Armani. All right, so then we get to Burberry Black. My Burberry Black, I like it. I feel like my opinion on my Burberry Black has not really changed. I'm pretty sure in the haul I said that I liked it more than my Burberry, but that I was kind of, in my mind, putting it somewhere in the middle. And that's still where it kind of sits with me. My Burberry, while completely inoffensive, is a very kind of generic, normal floral. It's kind of like a floral cocktail. It smells a little bit like a flower shop, and it's nice. I love florals, but I expected more from Burberry. I expected more from Francis Kurkdjian. That wasn't a kind of fragrance that would stand out in my collection, and it really hasn't. My Burberry Black is more unique, but it's not one that I gravitate towards. It's nice. I like the fact that it stands out a lot more, and that I felt like if I were to ever do another blind fragrance test game thing that I did with my cousin, and I smelled this, I feel like I would instantly know what it is. It smells very unique. It's extremely long lasting, but it doesn't stand out to me as the kind of fragrance where I'm so intoxicated by it and I want to wear it over and over again. That isn't a quality I really see personally. So I will continue to wear it from time to time, but for how much hype was around this, it just wasn't like my be all and end all, honestly. Then we move on to Stella McCartney Pop, and this is a comparison one that I promised I would do a comparison to the Pop Bluebell. So this I've really liked. I feel like it hasn't really changed. If anything, I just like it more. It's got very much that Barbie shoe, plasticky floral vibes, and I love that. I love plasticky fragrances. Not always, but most of the time, that kind of quality, especially like baby doll head, Barbie shoe, that sweet plastic toy smell is super nostalgic for me, but it's also something I find interesting in fragrances, and it ends up doing well with my body chemistry. I've put a decent dent in this, considering. I feel like if I see any dent in my fragrance, then I know I've been liking it. And yeah, it's been nice. I wanted to compare it to the Pop, which size-wise, I feel like I have the smallest and the largest here. This one, Bluebell Pop, I have had for quite a bit longer. And it's definitely less, I'll spray it here. It's less of that plasticky toy scent, but it's still there. This one, I feel like, is a lighter scent, as an overall lighter scent, but it's got stronger of that Barbie shoe accord is what I'm gonna call it. This, however, the Pop Bluebell, it's a stronger scent altogether, but it's more reliant on its other notes and less of that Barbie shoe accord. So I like both. I feel like right now I'm probably wearing more Pop than Pop Bluebell because this is newer and I'm more intrigued by it. But I hope that comparison helps you guys. It really just depends on whether you're more intrigued about having the Barbie shoe accord and you don't mind that it's a scent that sits closer to the skin, or if you want maybe like a tiny touch of that, but you're more into having something be stronger and show up more of a fragrance. Then we have the last two, and one's an extreme love and one's kind of an So we'll start with the extreme love, and that is Valentino. Born in Roma, Donna born in Roma. Oh my God. I knew I would like this, and I did like it when this is the 50 ml, by the way. I know you guys like to know. I knew I liked it when I wore it, and I guessed I would like it. I did not realize I would fall in love with this fragrance. I am so enamored by this. I feel like I've put it in the front row of, I put my fragrances, there's 3 locations where they are because I just have so many. And in one of the locations, this is like in the front row. And part of it is because they're going shortest to tallest, and this is a shorter fragrance, but part of it is because I reach for this all the time. You guys can go back. I have not had this fragrance for that long, maybe a month, a little bit more max. And this has, like, I can tell from the side, the fragrance fills up like 5 lines, and I've already finished 1/5 of it. And this is the 50 ml. I've already used 10 ml of this fragrance. I can't stop. And part of it is because, and the only bad thing about it is it really does not have very good lasting power. I feel like it's about 2 hours, honestly, which totally sucks, but it's stunning. There is something about this that just keeps me gravitated towards this fragrance time and time again. I'm completely forgiving of its faults. And yeah, I really do like it. I think next time around when I finish this, which inevitably will be much sooner than I thought, I would like to try the original because I've heard great things. It's a lot more almondy, and there's a whole bunch in this range. So let me know which one you guys like. And then the last one is Y by YSL. Obviously the Pour Femme one. This one was going to be difficult. This is a very dated fragrance, and it came out in the 60s, and it really doesn't seem like it's changed much. Maybe been reformulated in terms of what they used, what's synthetic and stuff, but it smells very much of like the 60s, 70s kind of fragrance. It's got like a slightly citrusy green opening with like bergamot and coriander, and it's spicy, and there's patchouli and like oak moss. It's very, very strong. It also has iris in it, but I feel like the iris is completely overshadowed by so many other things. And if anything, you see the iris a little bit later on your skin. It makes it slightly soapy, but like I'm reaching. It takes a while for it to get there. It's actually very, very green, chypre, kind of super strong 60s fragrance. I don't see myself wearing this very often, but I've already given a small decant to my mom, who loves it because it's very nostalgic for her. And I have some people in my life who actually are interested in this fragrance and wouldn't want a full bottle. So I'll be giving them decants, and I think that is going to help me kind of use this fragrance. In general, I would say this is not a safe blind buy, but if you like it and if you're into that kind of fragrance, it is a nice one because my goodness, does it stick around. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In the comments below, don't forget to tell me which one of these fragrances you've tried or that you want to try. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!